On May 8, 1945, World War II ended in Europe with the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germany. On May 9, it was already dawn in Moscow when the surrender document was signed again in the presence of the Commander-in-Chief of the Red Army at Soviet headquarters in Karlshorst near Berlin. When Soviet radio announced the end of years of bloody massacres at midnight, people quickly took to the streets, some in pajamas, to celebrate the end of the war. They drank for victory and for all those who could not live to see that day. Later, when Stalin addressed the Soviet people in his radio address, vodka was already in short supply in Moscow. Nationwide, too, alcohol supplies were said to have been completely depleted, as eyewitnesses later reported. It's February 1944, and Berlin is attempting to recover from American aerial bombing. But life and industry continues on the city's outskirts. In farmhouses, bottles clang and a mix of ex-convicts, Chinese laborers, and other workers fill glass bottles of what was likely a cloudy, brownish liquid. This is one of Coca-Cola's makeshift bottling operations, and they are making Nazi Germany's signature beverage. Even during war, Germans want their Fanta. The soft drink Fanta was invented by Coca-Cola, an American company, inside of Nazi Germany during World War II. Developed at the height of the Third Reich, the new soda ensured the brand's continued popularity. Fanta became a point of nationalistic pride and was consumed by the German public, from the Fraus cooking at home to the highest officials of the Nazi Party. The drink was technically fruit-flavored, but limited wartime resources made that descriptor not wholly accurate. Did you know that in the Second World War all soldiers had to be supplied not only with ammunition and food, but also with everyday things? For example, toilet paper. A British soldier was allowed 3 sheets a day, where against the American soldiers came to proud 22 sheets. Does anyone know what the situation was like for the Germans? Perhaps this was the decisive element in the war.
Bismarck was one of the most feared battleships of World War II, with thick armor and powerful guns. But even the Bismarck was not invincible, as it was eventually sunk by British torpedoes and shells. Estimates suggest that the Bismarck was hit by around 400 shells and torpedoes before sinking. In comparison, the British battleship Prince of Wales was hit by only 4 torpedoes during its final battle with Japanese forces, and this was enough to sink the ship. While the Prince of Wales was a powerful battleship in its own right, it was clearly outmatched by the firepower and armor of the Bismarck.
What if I told you that the most colossal gun in history was built, not in the modern era, but back in World War II? Meet the Gustav gun. Named after its creator, Gustav Krupp, and towering at over 4 stories high, this mammoth piece of machinery was more than just an ordinary cannon. Weighing a whopping 1,350 tons, it was so massive that it needed twin railways just to be transported. But the real shocker? Its capability to launch 7-ton shells up to 29 miles away. Can you imagine the destructive force? Although its active service was short-lived, the Gustav gun has left a powerful legacy, etching a place for itself in military history. Its sheer scale and power serve as a chilling reminder of the devastating potential of human ingenuity when used for warfare. This titan of a weapon is proof that size can be intimidating. What other formidable weapons do you think were created back then? Let me know in the comments below.